Hi, I'm Eric Blackman of EEMusicLIVE. Thanks for joining us for Learn the Fretboard of the Guitar Without Memorizing Notes. With this series of videos, I'm going to show you ways to know all the notes on the fretboard of the guitar without memorizing them. Memorizing notes is absolutely the hardest way in the world to learn your notes on the fretboard of the guitar, so we're not going to use memorization. We will get to know where all the notes are on the guitar by simply doing things that make sense as we learn. Here's the first episode. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get started learning the fretboard of the guitar. The first thing we want to do is get our hands on a guitar that has all the dot markers on it. There's lots of different guitar manufacturers out there making guitars different ways that have dots or have some sort of weird inlay or some very decorative inlays on them. We don't want to use a guitar like that. If you have to borrow one from a friend, that would be good. Just get your hands on a guitar that has all your dot markers on it. That's very important that we use these dot markers to tell where we are on the fretboard. As you notice on this guitar, which does have all of its fret markers, we've got a dot at the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret. That's the odd frets on the guitar. That's very important. Those dots are there for a reason. We've got at the 12th fret, we've got a double dot. Now what that double dot means is that we're going to have an octave there. That means, again, 2 dots, 0, 2. What that means is it happens again. We got E down here, and up here E happens again. So there's 2 of them. There would be 1 E down here, 2 E's up here. Okay, so E, E. We're going to use the 2 E strings on the guitar. That's going to be very important to us. Today, when we talk about the guitar, and in episodes that are coming up, we're going to be using logical terms to learn the fretboard notes. Musical terms are things that we are trying to learn. Logical terms are things we already know. We're going to apply the logical terms to what we're trying to learn in musical terms. Now that way we can learn a whole lot faster than any other way. First of all, let's talk about the notes that we use on the guitar or any music that we're dealing with. The 7 notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are the 7 notes we use when we're discussing music. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, since the guitar this guitar is tuned in standard tuning, which is E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now, as you may have noticed, there's 2 E strings. Actually, that's where the name EEMusicLIVE comes from. The 2 E's are indicators of the E string and the E string, the low E and the high E. Now, what we're going to do first is, if you really want to understand the guitar fretboard, you almost have to learn the E string notes. Now, why is it important to learn the E string notes? And I think it's important to learn those first, simply because the E strings on the guitar make up 33.3% of all the notes. In other words, there's 6 strings on this instrument, 2 of them are E's. That's 1/3 of the notes. If you learn the notes on the E string, you've already mastered 1/3 of the instrument. Okay, so that's what we're going to deal with. Now, first of all, let's talk about how the notes are laid out on the E string. We've got E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and then we're back to E. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on these dots. The dots are at the odd frets. The first 4 notes, or first, let's include E. So E, F, G, A, B. Did you notice that? The first 4 notes on the fretboard that we need to use in that sequence are on the odd frets. 1, 3, 5, 7. So F, G, A, B. Those are our odd fret notes. Now when we get to C, we go to even numbers. Okay, so we're going to be at the 8th fret, 10th fret, and 12th fret. So E is open, F, 1st fret, odd, 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 odd number, and then we got an even number. So we've got F, G, A, B. Then we go to even numbers, C, D, back to E. Those are our notes on the E string, and those notes are going to occur again on the high E string. F, G, A, B, C, D, and E. Alright, so if I ask you which note is at the 5th fret on the E string, you're going to tell me that there's an A. 5th fret. G, 3rd fret. F, 1st fret. C is at the even fret. Now C is probably the most important note you're ever going to learn, but right now we're going to keep it in the sequence of the E's. We're going to work with E, from E to E. That's going to cover the 12 frets of the guitar. So if we learn these notes on the guitar, we're going to know 33% of all the notes. Okay? So high E, 12th fret. Open E, 0th fret. F, odd, number 1. G, odd, number 3. A, odd, number 5. B, number 7. G, A, B. And then we've got C at the 8th fret. 10th fret, D. 12th fret, E. So, thinking of this logically, the first 4 notes on the fretboard are on the odd frets, which are marked by the dots, with the exception of the 1st fret, which we don't have any trouble finding anyway. Okay? After that, when C starts, we've got the even numbers. Okay? And this starts over again, in the same sequence, starts over again at the 12th fret if we went up the fretboard, as on an electric guitar. If we had an electric guitar that had 24 frets, the same sequence would continue up the neck. So that covers the E string notes. Now I want you to practice this, because in order for us to learn the entire fretboard, we need to have a really good grip on the E strings. Okay?